Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to a new episode of our program Cultural Magazine, during which we're going to bring you the latest cultural movement in Egypt.
As Egypt chairs the African Union for 2019, different fields of arts combine to promote African culture. The Mahmoud Mukhtar Cultural Center recently held this exhibition called Africa with the Brushes of its Painters. Let's go and see the exhibit.
هي طفرة جميلة إن مصر تترأس الدورة الأفريقية الحالية 2019 وإن كل
It is a breakthrough that Egypt heads the African Union 2019, and it is noteworthy that all of our institutions are working on enhancing this system, and it's obvious as we see the Cultural Ministry organizing this great event that is held in this monumental museum that compromises a great historical artistic heritage value. I'm lucky to be taking part in this exhibit on behalf of the Ministry of Military Production, and so I painted a special work for this exhibition. I had to link between military production through Egypt's history, starting from the military cycle to the current progress. Art is a language for all nations, just like we say music is a language of the senses, of listening, painting deals with color. So when we exchange works of art with other Arab or European countries, we become one entity. So from here, we can connect with each other through the language of art. Through art, you can also relate your history, environment, and culture. Then I can get to know other cultures through their art, and the cultural connection occurs.
المعرض بيعبر عن افريقيا مش بالمفهوم القديم، مش بمفهوم ان انا
This exhibition expresses our impressions of Africa, but not in a traditional manner. All African countries represent Africa, whether it is northern or southern African countries. Every artist taking part in today's exhibition is African, carrying his heritage as well as culture. He expresses his ideas in his own artistic style. The concept I'm trying to express is of the Egyptian woman through her various professions, such as in my painting, I portrayed a model on the catwalk, and at the same time it shows how her life is away from stage, which may not be as bright as it is on stage. I tried to depict Africa through costume designs which are taken from ancient Egyptian art and some motifs from Islamic art as well. Art is a language, it is dialogue, it is emotion. Art makes people close. We feel each other through a language that is the language of color, touch, and harmony. Art is a language that can unite people. It can unite the people of Africa.
معرض أفريقيا في عيون فنانيها اللي أنا شفت فيه إن هو تواصل دلوقتي.
Through my painting and the whole exhibition, I tried to paint a bridge from art to the current political status that is part of Africa as Egypt heads the African Union this year. I tried to connect Egypt with Africa through the flag and its colors.
Cultural magazine program camera is always searching for all what is new in the cultural field in Egypt. Let's watch the following segment.
A press conference was held in Cairo to announce that Opera Aida will be performed in Hatshepsut Temple in Luxor in October. We had an exclusive interview with the Belgian artist who will perform Radames' role.
I'm looking forward because Aida, it's a huge opera, it's a monumental opera, and also it's intimate opera. I mean, sentimentally. And yes, Radames is a soldier. He will lead the Egyptian army against the Ethiopia. But there is a problem. He loves a woman, and this woman, she's the child of the king of Ethiopia. Then this big soldier has to betray his country to saving his love. But in the end, everyone will die, and it's a very sad story. But I'm looking forward to sing this opera here in Egypt because the story is it takes place here, and it's really exciting. Yes. It's completely magical. I'm astonished by the beauty of your country. I travel all over the world, but I have to say that the Cairo that I visit today, it's sensational and a lot of history. You feel the atmosphere, the history, and so much beauty everywhere. And to sing there in Luxor, in this temple of Hatshepsut, it's what a set for an opera. It's the dream opera place. I mean, we could not dream more than this. I perform Aida in all over the world, I can say, in Russia, also in Paris, in Belgium, in Italy. I think I have performed more than 50 times the role of Radames. Yes. It will be fascinating because like my predecessor, I have my teacher who was a big star, and he sung 30 years ago in this production of Aida, exactly there in Luxor. I know that Radames is a beautiful soldier who is really attractive because two women are in love with him, Amneris and Aida, of course, and I think that Radames has to look like a handsome Egyptian boy. Egypt is the land, wonderful land, wonderful atmosphere. I have no words to describe the beauty and the people. They are so nice, and I'm really happy to be here.
Well, the visual art movement is really witnessing a great and quick significant development recently in Egypt. Let's watch the following segment.
In a bid to promote the interminglance of African culture, a festival was held recently called Africa in the Eyes of the Artist. The festival included various types of arts and crafts. Let's go and see the festival.
Yeah, it's our time to share this convention. We receive invitation from chairperson of African conventions. It's very nice. The participants from African countries, we are sharing all from South Sudan. Like me, I'm from South Sudan, representing my country. I was Egyptians. I'm from Lebanon on eastern side, Morocco. They are they are participants also to this country. By the way, we are Nilotic traditional music. That is our body we are sharing today. So they share together Sudan as all, where the Egyptian, they are the same. The same, they used to dancing. The difference only is some few difference. It's not a big difference. The music or artists, they are sharing Nilotics groups for the unity of the people of Egypt and South Sudan in general. The unity, we unite ourselves in the culture.
I like to combine between stones from different countries, so they show how we can be a union together, as if we are putting hands together. In each country there is a different kind of stones, 2 or 3 stones, so it's nice to combine. I love combining stones from different countries. I see the piece of jewelry expresses the woman's character, how she feels, what she's doing. So I can tell a lot from a piece of jewelry on any woman.
I am chairman of Egyptian Arabesque and Mashrabiya Society, and we have a big goal in the next year, in 2020. We have our annual meeting, and the title is the beauty and jewels of the Egyptian woman all along the century. And the guest, it will be the African woman. And this is a very good choice, and I hope that it will be under the care of our President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, because this is an open window for the women in Africa, however they are caring, and the relationship of the different members, and how they are using the clothes and jewels for them, and how you know that there is different also jewels like gold and like that, which can prevent some diseases. They have put in their mind, and they have a special tradition which they can prevent some diseases which they can be open. So I hope that it will be very successful if we are preparing from now till 1 year, inshallah.
Well, the photography world in Egypt is really witnessing recently a quick and very significant development. Let's watch the following segment.
Another step towards Egypt's strategy to connect with Africa. We can see this exhibition today, which touched the wildlife in Africa.
Historically, the prairies of Africa extended into Egypt. Egypt was not always deserts. So there were communities, and there are what we call the cave carvings or drawings, where in parts of Egypt, in the rocks, you see people swimming. And this is prehistoric. That means there were lakes, there was green vegetation, and there was a society living there. Now, when I went to Africa, some things came, like the family. Egyptian families are very closely bonded together. Europe is not quite the same. Europe, there's a lot of, and United States, everybody is on his own. Africa still have the family bond. They still, the elders are also still respected. The tribal ideas and the families are still there. And this is something that we have. We have in Upper Egypt very strong, and even every Friday, Egyptians sit together with grandmothers and grandfathers together, family together, and this is very evident in Africa. Also, the words of wisdom of the elderly is respected. So, it's not the clever young man, yes, but also the elder. If there's a problem between two members, they don't go to a judge. They go to the elders. So there's a lot of that. There are other also, let's say, things that are associated with medical treatment, also very similar to us. Very similar. Traditional treatments are very similar. Herbs, very similar. Africans, when you go, of course, they're not sure who you are at the beginning, because you are a North African. Don't forget, sometimes they talk about Africa north of the equator and Africa south of the equator. But sooner or later, they feel that you're talking to a brother. And when I was in Nigeria with this industrial thing, they were calling me brother. Brother, can we do this? Brother, can we do that? So there's a lot of affection. And they feel happier with us than with the history of, let's say, the so-called white man who came and imperialized lots of Africa. There was French, there was British, there was German, there was Portuguese. So Egypt does not have a history of colonization. So we associate a lot in many things. I think this was your answer.
Well, with this, my dear viewers, we come to the end of this episode of our program, Cultural Magazine. I hope you've enjoyed being with me. Please wait for me in the next episode. Until then, it's goodbye.